Hey guys, it's Falls Filipina here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please do not forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. And as you can see, my lighting is much better now because my husband bought me a ring light. I love it so much. This is my first time using it. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Nexplanon implant and also my experiences as well. In case you didn't know what Nexplanon is, it is a small match size flexible rod that is about 4 centimeters long and 2 millimeters wide. It's thin and it's very flexible. Gestural? It's on a gestural? Let's see how to pronounce that because I don't know how to pronounce it.
The pronunciation of this word sounds like etnogestrel.
It is made of 68 milligrams of etnogestrel. I can't fucking say it. Etnogestrel. Yeah. Injected on the inner upper arm. I had mine on the left side. It was on my left arm. You can see the scar there. Change the lighting. Do I like this one better? Or do I like that one better? We're gonna do the gold to go with my cheap backdrop right now. And I think I just made a hole in it. Yep, I did. It's cheap. I gotta make one. The sole purpose of getting the implant is to prevent pregnancy, of course. It's reversible, so you can have it removed as soon as you got it. If you had any problems with it, you can get it removed. The medication almost immediately stops as soon as you get it removed. It is over 99% effective, just effective as the birth control pill. You can become pregnant as early as 1 week after removal. However, everybody's body is different, so it may take some people longer for them to get pregnant afterwards. The implant remains in your arm for 3 years. You need to have it removed at the end of the 3rd year. And if you want to continue using the birth control, then you would just have a new one replaced as soon as you got that one out. Less than 1 out of 100 women become pregnant with the implant per year. And how does it work? The hormones stop the egg from being released from the ovary, which in turn doesn't allow the sperm to reach the egg. Some risks for if you get the implant. You shouldn't use the birth control if you are pregnant or think you may be pregnant. If you have blood clot, have liver disease or a liver tumor, if you have unexplained vaginal bleeding, have cancer, especially breast cancer, and if you are allergic to anything that is in the implant. If you have any of the conditions that I'm about to list, then you should consult with your doctor before getting the implant because they may suggest a different option of birth control for you. If you have diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, headaches, gallbladder or kidney problems, if you have history of depressed mood, and if you are allergic to antiseptics such as betadine, or I think chloroprep is another one that people turn to when patients are allergic to betadine, so they use that one. Some other side effects are longer or shorter periods, little to no periods, and various amount of times in between your periods, and spotting as well. You should call your doctor right away if you think you may be pregnant or your menstrual periods are heavy or they're prolonged for a long period of time. More side effects would be mood swings, depressed mood, weight gain, headaches, and acne. Some common side effects are vaginitis, which is inflammation of the vagina, weight gain, acne, breast pain, viral infections such as sore throat or flu-like symptoms, stomach pain, painful periods, back pain, nausea, dizziness, pain at the insertion site. And on an important note also, implants have also been found in other blood vessels of the body such as the lungs, which could cause a pulmonary embolism. So it is best to always feel your arm for the implant if you still feel it there. If you don't, then you need to call your doctor or go to the local emergency department in your area, because the implant is known to move also, so be careful on that. Other problems related to getting the implant and getting the implant removed that you might need to think about before getting this option of birth control. When you get it done and afterwards, I had pain, swelling, inflammation, and bruising, which is normal because you just had something put in and something taken out of your arm, so it's gonna have that. It lasts about maybe a week or not even a week, something like that. And then afterwards, it's fine. But scarring, which as you can see, I had scarring. Scar tissue that can make it difficult for removal. Implant may come out by itself. The need for surgery for removal in some cases if it's embedded into the arm or in scar tissue or something like that. Injury to nerves or blood vessels in your arm. It could break, which makes it also very difficult to remove. Ectopic pregnancies, ovarian cysts, breast cancer, and serious blood clots. And another thing to know is that some conditions that you may develop or problems that you may develop after having the implant, you could have high blood pressure, gallbladder problems, and rare cancerous or non-cancerous liver tumors. When should you call your doctor right away? Any pain in your lower leg that just won't go away, any severe chest pain, shortness of breath, sharp chest pain, or coughing up blood, severe allergic reaction, which would be your face is all swollen, your tongue, your throat, trouble breathing or swallowing, sudden severe headache, weakness or numbness in your arms or legs, if you have trouble speaking, sudden partial or complete blindness, yellowing of the skin, otherwise known as jaundice, severe pain, swelling, or tenderness in your lower stomach, lumps in your breasts. Have any problems sleeping, lack of energy, fatigue, or just feeling very sad, have heavy menstrual bleeding, if you feel like the implant is bent or broken. My experience wise, I went in and I had to lay down on my side, not on my side, but like on the side of the bed, and then I had to lay my arm flat like this. And then they put the betadine or whatever antiseptic that they use. They cleaned it really good, and then they gave me a shot that was supposed to numb my arm so that I wouldn't feel the pain, so it was really just pressure. Literally the only thing that hurt more was the shot to numb my arm. It burned, and then after the lady that came in and injected that in my arm, she left and then came back and had this, it's not like a gun, but like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, okay, hold on a second. It went like this, and whenever she found where she was going to put it, she had it right there, and it had a part that covered my skin, and then up under that was the needle, so I really couldn't see the needle. So then she put it where she was gonna have it done at, and then she pressed the button, and then it just went in. So that's how they insert it. And then she got these steri strips, and then she made like it went like this, like an asterisk star. That's what it looked like. It went over it. And then I had to put a bandage, and she put like the wrap that you get like when you get your blood drawn, and it's like not sticky, but it sticks to itself. So she put that over it also. Thing that was wrapped around it on for a day. The next day I took it off, and then I was able to get the bandage off of it. Not the steri strips, but like the bandage that was wrapped around it. And you don't take the steri strips off. Do not take them off, because it's trying to keep the wound closed. And when I took a shower, I just had to like lightly go over it. Don't be aggressive and scrape it, because you're gonna either injure it or open up the wound and then you'll get an infection. What's it called? Like non-fragrance soap. So I use that. And then the steri strips actually fall off on their own, so you don't mess with them at all. So it was about a week or so after, like a week and a half, and then they came off themselves. I had it injected in 2016, and then I got it taken out last year. It was February 2016 to February 2019. And see, I did have scarring. That light colored one right there, that is when it was inserted, and when it was removed is that scar right there. Now I'm going to go over my research to tell you which ones that I actually had problems with the implant. One of the side effects I had was my period really did not last long at all. It would last maybe 3 to 5 days, which that's how it normally was anyway. Little to no period. I did have little. It wasn't no period at all. But and the various amount of time between periods, they only lasted like every 3 months. So I would, 1 month I had it for 3 to 5 days, and then it was gone. The next month came, I didn't have one. The next one didn't have one. The next one didn't have one. And then that next month, after the 3 months, I had one. And it wasn't heavy at all. Mood swings, oh my God, it was awful. I would be angry 1 minute and then sad, and then I don't think I was really ever happy with it, because it just affected my emotions very bad, and I cried all the time. Now I cry all the time. Acne, yes, I have acne, so you can't really see it, I don't think, but I would have, it was redness everywhere and bumps and zits and everything all over the place. I had headaches and weight gain, of course, yes. Some people don't, some do. I did, because I also have a thyroid condition, so it's very easy for me to gain weight. I gained, I think, 70 pounds from this implant in 3 years. I had pain at the insertion site also. It would come and go. It wasn't all the time, and I would be like, I believe when I said that a problem that would happen from getting it and then removing it was that injury to nerves. I think it did injure my nerves, because my arm goes, this arm, my left one, goes to sleep all the time. Like if I go to lay down and I just have this arm propped up and try to hold my head or something, it goes to sleep. And I'll have to shake my arm awake, and then, so I try not to lay like that. Ovarian cysts. I have never, or if I did, it was never big, and they just went with my period if I ever had one before. But last year in December, I found out that the pain that I was having when I would go to urinate was an ovarian cyst. And I thought I had a UTI because the symptoms of like urgency, feeling like I had to go all the time, and then it burned some. I just felt like every time I would go, and then I'd wipe or whatever, go away, I had to go back again, or I felt like I had to pee, and I would try not to. And then I would get a pain in my lower part of my stomach. Come to find out, I have an ovarian cyst, and it is, I believe, 5 centimeters. Yeah, 5 centimeters long or wide, whatever. And I get sharp pains every now and then, so I need to actually get that checked up on. Weakness or numbness in your arms or legs, and whenever I would sit on the toilet for too long, my legs would go to sleep. I don't know if that was due to that or just because I sat there too long, but in my arm, I told you, I get numbness. So problems sleeping, lack of energy, and feeling sad all the time. Yes, I felt very fatigued, and that also plays a role in with my thyroid condition, so it just made it worse. And feeling like the implant is bent or broken. I felt like mine was, because whenever I would feel it, it'd be like I'd feel the rod and it was like dent and then feel the rod. But whenever I got it removed, the doctor pulled it out and I looked and it was bent, but it did not break. and I was very scared that it was gonna break, so that's why I got it out in time. But getting it removed, the physician actually put the injection like I had the first time that numbs your arm. But this time, this is a different doctor, by the way. This time, he pressed it where the rod was to help spread the anesthetic faster. So he did that, and it hurt. Oh, that was the worst part. It hurt. And then he got a scalpel. He felt where the rod part was, cut it a little, and then he was working with it, trying to get it out. And then once he got it out, I was like, okay. But he was tapping my skin with the scalpel, and he was like, so are you feeling any pain? And I was like, and he's like, okay, you're not feeling anything because I've been tapping your skin with the scalpel the whole time. So I was like, oh, okay, got it out. He used what was known as dissolvable stitches or whatever. So it was kind of like clear. It looked kind of like fishing line, to be honest with you. But he stitched it up with that. And while he was doing it, it just felt like he was pulling my skin. So I didn't feel anything. But he stitched it up like that. He cut it. He's like, you're good to go. And all I did was clean it like I did the first time. I didn't try to be rough with it. He was like, don't try to pull it out, like the stitches out or nothing. And they just went away. So my thoughts and opinions on it would be to do your research first. Research other options of birth control as well. What I suggested, I would, but if you have problems with like getting weight gain and things like that, then maybe look into other options and see if those would work any different. I've had the depot shot also, and I had to take the birth control pill after getting this, and they were not very good as well either for me. Just me though. Everybody's body is different. So with the other ones, painful periods, nausea, all of that. So that's it for today, guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post. Try to post every Friday and every Saturday. I'm Flawless Filipina, and I'll see you guys next time. I almost forgot my baby. Oh, my baby. She don't want to look. Look, baby, look. Say hi. Look, say hi. I know it's bright.